Guys, it's Elizabeth, Finding Elizabeth. How are you? I'm a couple days late. I came home from being gone basically for 3.5 weeks to find out that my internet isn't working and they can't send anybody to fix it until Friday. And I was running everything off my phone, and then I checked my data this morning and I had more than doubled my allocated data. So, anyway, so I may not be able to upload this till tomorrow when I go work at Starbucks. And excuse my crazy hair. I haven't done anything with it in a really long time. But anyway, this is my, week 109 post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy update. I had surgery on April 14th, 2014. My highest weight in January of 2014 was 402 pounds. My weight at surgery was 360.6 pounds. The last weight that I tracked, because the last few weeks I've been gone, was on April 30th. It was 210 pounds. That was the day I weighed right before I left to start my trip. That was Bentonville and Nashville, but the week before that I'd been in San Diego. My weight today was 205.6. So although that's a 4-pound loss over the last couple of weeks while I was traveling, that's up from my area that I've been sort of hanging at, which is right around 200. So anyway, I've been tracking, so that's about 200, give or take 200 pounds for my highest weight. In the last month, I've lost half a pound, which is better than a gain, I guess. But here's the scary part. In the last year, I've only lost 10 pounds. Yeah, it's 10 pounds. It's not a gain. And people have said to me recently, either commenting on videos or maybe they said it to me at WLSFA, and that did sort of stick with me, which was that I've kept the weight off. And I guess I never really thought about that because I'm not to where I want to be yet. So maintaining is not really what I'm thinking about right now. I should be focused on still losing, but it's true. I have, it's been more than 2 years since surgery, and I have kept off and at least lost 10 pounds in the last year. So this is good in general. But here's the deal. Lauren posted a picture today that was something to the effect of, I don't know, something about upping your motherfucking game. And that's really where I'm at right now in terms of my weight loss. I have got to get this going again. So I'm committed to the plan of upping my motherfucking game, which to me right now means, I'm a big believer in starting small with certain things, but so I hate to lay out all these things that I'm going to do, but I'm going to try. I have a little bit of incentive. I will be going to New Hampshire in the next month, most likely to see my boyfriend. And so that gives me a strong motivation to lose some more weight and work on my fitness between now and then. So what's my plan? Protein, 80 grams of protein, water, 64 ounces of water, and tracking my food and getting my exercise game back on track. So those are the things that I'm committing to. My my trainer, Brandon, who everybody knows, is having some situation at his gym where he really can't train us there anymore. So I was hoping that had been resolved while I was gone. It hasn't. So I guess what I'm going to do is join the regular gym and start going to classes there and doing yoga, because I can so see the difference in my body since I've stopped working out the way that I used to work out. And hey, my life is going to be pretty boring now. My boyfriend moved away. I will have lots of free time on my hands, so I can go to the gym 27 times a day. So anyway, that's my plan for upping my game. If you want to join me, let me know. Maybe we can, I don't know. There are 9 million Facebook groups, so saying we can set up a Facebook group, but whatever, just do it. Just do it. You can. You know what you need to do. I know what I need to do. All right, so let's talk about WLSFA. I feel like I'm so late to the party about this. Everybody has sort of already said what many of the things that I would say, but I'm still going to do my own WLSFA video. So, let's see. The last video, like update video I made was when I was in Arkansas and I really wasn't feeling WLSFA. It wasn't that I wasn't feeling it. I just had like basically for work had to be on for, 10 days solid, which for me who works for myself generally, that's a lot. And I had been exhausted before I left. I'd been helping Brian move. I did that right up until the day I left. I was actually I was in San Diego the Friday before I left for Bentonville on Saturday. I was freaking exhausted. And I had warned Patty ahead of time. I'm like, just be prepared if I'm not like really excited and super happy and outgoing while we're there, because I'm just really not feeling it. But then I left Bentonville on my way to go visit Sarah Robeson, who I had no idea what a celebrity she was until we got to WLSFA. But anyway, I started driving to see Sarah and I started to get really excited. And it's just so funny, like driving through this very, very rural part of Tennessee, being so excited to go visit someone you've never met before, who never even talked to on the phone. I mean, we texted. I just started texting her when we were in Chicago because she had posted about feeling anxious about going to WLSFA and not really connecting with people. So Amy and I started texting her then. I've always thought she was delightful, but I had no idea how delightful until I met her in person. I know a lot of people aren't naming names in their videos. I'm going to name a few names because that's just what I want to do. So, and it's not going to be all inclusive for sure. So I'm just pulling out a few special people. So I got to Sarah's house and it was like instantly, I don't know, I felt like I had known her forever. She's just that kind of person. She got my mood up right away. She is just so incredible. And I had said in Chicago when I met, I don't know if I said it to Brandy, but I said it to other people, Brand's VSG story. I had said, okay, Brandy's the last one. Brandy is the last new person I'm adding to my friends group because it is so hard, particularly when you go from having no friends to having like many close friends. Yes, hashtag BFF whore. It's hard to maintain those relationships. So I was like, okay, I really like Brandy. I'm gonna add her, but no more like close friends after Brandy. Well, then I met Sarah. So yeah. And now I don't feel like I can even say that because there are so many amazing people in this community. It's just finding a way to make time for all of them. So anyway, loved Sarah. Her kid is like so freaking smart. My granddaughter, her son Oz is so freaking smart. My granddaughter is like a month younger than he is. I'm like, okay, she needs a tutor. Okay, just saying. But anyway, her husband is delightful and funny. We had the very best time. And I think maybe it made her a little more comfortable going into WLSFA. I hope it did because she seemed very comfortable after she got there. So anyway, went and hung out with her, drove into Nashville the next day, which was Wednesday. Got a hotel on Priceline, which was very terrifying. It was like half the people in the hotel. It was obvious half the people in the hotel had gotten their room through Priceline. The other half were making meth in the bathtub. But anyway, it was fine. I survived. I did start feeling sick that day, and I was pretty much sick the entire time of WLSFA. So let's talk about the event in general. Oh my God, I'm already like 9 minutes in. I haven't even started talking about this. Okay, so first of all, I want to just give a huge shout out to the WLSFA board members. I know there are more people on their board than this, but the people that I'm specifically interacted with and saw how hard they worked were Tony, Laura, and Rain. amazing job. The difference between this, I mean, this event was heads and shoulders above last year's event in San Diego. It was just really awesome. The panels, the speakers, everything about it was amazing. So let's talk about that stuff first. The panels. So of course there were my panels. Well, not just my panels, but the YouTuber panels, which I really so enjoyed doing, and I think they went very well. And I want to thank everybody who participated. The first panel was Sarah Spano, Tanya, O'Rourke, Phil, Fat Kings Phil, and the Mahonies. I don't think I'm leaving anybody out. I think that was it, right? The Mahonies, Sarah, Phil, and Tanya. And it was just really great to, to just talk a little bit about their experience as YouTubers. And then the second panel was Lauren, Patty, Lindsay, Scott. Is that it? I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. If I'm forgetting somebody, just slap the shit out of me. But anyway, the panels were great. I really appreciate everybody for participating. You guys were so open and honest, and I thought they were a lot of fun, and I hope I get to come back and do that next year. I also went to, I snuck into the young people's panel on Saturday to support Bobby and Christina, and it was really awesome to be in that panel because most of the people, well, not most of the people, but many of the people who were on that panel were relatively within a year post-op. And it was, I think as we get a little bit further out, we start to forget. I shouldn't speak for other people. I start to forget all the huge, amazing freaking changes in my life. And so it was really awesome to hear the excitement of these young people and the changes that were happening in their lives. And I don't know, it gave me the warm fuzzies, and it reconnected me to that because I should reconnect with that every day because the changes in my life are really mind-boggling in terms of where I'm at today. But you sort of start to get used to where you're at, and it really helped me to see that excitement again. And then on Saturday was Sarah Nerd in Oregon's panel. That was a really great panel. I think like Phil said, teaching him in his video, teaching him about goals is like, I don't know, something about giving communion to a priest. I don't know, something like that. But that's the way it is for me too, because that's something in my business that I do a lot. But I really appreciated the way she presented it, and there's things that I'm actually going to use from her presentation when I work with clients, because one of the things she did in relation to SMART goals was she gave an example of what is a SMART goal, what isn't a SMART goal. And people have such a hard time around understanding that I thought her examples were really great. So we'll be incorporating that. But the best part of it for me was this idea of, sorry, my notes just went out. This idea of how many things, like she went through a list, Sarah went through a list of things that have been accomplished in her life since weight loss surgery that had nothing to do with the number. Well, most of the things, really, the number is one thing. And I think when she made her video about goal isn't a number, I was very new. I was probably like 3 days post-op when I saw that video, and I was like, that's interesting. Because in my head right then, all it was about a number. At 360 pounds, all it was about getting down to a number. Now it's something totally different. Honestly, I want to lose 20 more pounds and I want to have plastic surgery. If I don't, I'm happy. I feel normal. I feel beautiful. There's a million things that I can do that I couldn't do. So although there's a number I would like to get to that's lower than the number I am now, I guess it's 25 pounds now, but I'm okay with where I'm at. But at the end of the presentation, Sarah listed all the things that she had done since weight loss surgery, and it was really sort of mind-boggling. And she also talked about the idea of she really thought when she started this journey that she would just be the same Sarah, only thinner. I don't know that I thought that necessarily or thought about it, but the changes in me are so like huge. We were talking about it after the group, and Sarah, there's so many Sarahs. Why are there so many Sarahs? So Sarah Robeson, Harrison, whatever, and I were the two that had attended. Patty was with Dr. Katzen and Amy was with someone else during that, so she wasn't part of it. But we were talking about that whole idea of how are you different? And even the people I know, I mean, Sarah Nerd in Oregon's life has changed dramatically. My life has changed dramatically. But, you know, if you look at Sarah Robeson and maybe Amy and Patty, has their life changed as dramatically as maybe ours has? No. But the change is huge. I mean, Sarah Robeson is a mom now. That was what weight loss surgery was all about for her. I don't know that Amy was getting a little uncomfortable with our mushiness because we were getting a little teary as we were discussing this. And, you know, she doesn't like to get that mushy. But I told her, hey, you never had friends like this before, right? But anyway, I mean, there are huge changes that everyone's had that have nothing to do with a number. And I'm actually thinking I may do a giveaway, like video response thing like Gracie did on the people who inspire us about this whole idea of what has changed in your life since weight loss surgery. But anyway, that was a very powerful and moving presentation for me. Okay, I'm like probably 20 minutes. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is never going to upload. Okay, really quick. When I left Chicago, we did a meet and greet in Chicago in March. When I left Chicago, I was like, you know, I think this WLSFA event is the last big meet and greet that I'm going to go to. And honestly, if I hadn't committed myself to panels, etc., I probably might back out of that. Because I was feeling like these smaller meet and greets were more fun, and I don't know. So that was what I went into this event with. Yeah, I've totally changed my tune on that. I really do think this was the best meet and greet that I have been to, and I have been to quite a few in the 2 years since I've been part of this community. And I do think part of it is about sort of maturing into the community. And also part of it is knowing that you don't have to spend time with every single person because you're going to see these people again. I mean, I've seen, you know, many of these people who I saw at WLSFA multiple times over the last year since the last WLSFA. And you know, I just know that these are now my friends for life, and I'm going to see them. So it's not like this urgent thing of where you have to bond and spend time with every single person. I really felt like and I wasn't feeling well. So I wasn't like as up and energetic as I normally would be. But I felt like I spent really good, solid time with Patty, Amy, and Sarah, and I love that. Even like, I mean, I feel so stupid saying this, but when I took Patty to the airport on Sunday, I started crying. I mean, I'm going to see her tomorrow, but we don't ever get that dedicated, you know, a couple of days worth of time to spend together, even though we live close to each other. So I really valued and appreciated that time that I got to spend with those people. And of course, it was awesome to see everybody else. I'm just going to call out a couple of people because there were some new people that I hadn't met before. There were people I hadn't met before who've been around the community for a long time, like Sarah and Phil, which was great to meet them. But there were also some people who were relatively new. And this was their first meet and greet that I met that I just wanted to recognize and say how wonderful it was to meet. That's Rhea Reloaded, who gave Amy and I the name Lamey. We spent a little bit of time together the first day that we got there. She is gorgeous and delightful. And also Len Thao. I'm probably not saying that right, however you say her last name. She is like a little Patty mini-me. Beautiful, gorgeous, so sweet. We had communicated. She doesn't make videos, but we had communicated via Facebook Messenger. It was wonderful to meet her. And Precious, I can't remember her last name or her YouTube name, but I didn't get to spend much time with her. But she did sort of like a gastric rose kind of thing. I went to one of the presentations, and I came in a little bit late because I had been doing something else and was sitting at a table off to myself. In the middle of this presentation, she came and she gave me a little note that was very meaningful to me at that time. And so I just wanted to say thank you for that. That meant a lot to me, and it's something I need to keep at the top of my mind. So anyway, who else? I don't know. It was all the regular people that I love, and I'm not going to name off all of them because you know who they are. There's like 9 million pictures of everybody, but I really enjoyed meeting the new people who were there. And I want to give two shout outs to Kevin Mahoney and to Lisa Sherry, the Real Share Bear's wife, Lisa. She's just, I mean, number one, delightful. I hadn't seen her since she had surgery, because Patty and I picked her up from the airport when she went to Mexico to have surgery. So number one, she looked delightful. But she is such a caretaker and just such a sweet, lovely person. I loved being able to spend a little bit more time for her. And Kevin Mahoney, oh my God, I just so loved the way that everybody in this community kind of takes care of each other. And he was really, it was really apparent how he was doing that for all of the women in the group. I mean, we all get I didn't this time because I was sick, but you know, people drink a lot at these events, and I just saw him really taking care of people. So I just want to give him a shout out and say, Jennifer, you're really lucky to have such a wonderful man as a husband. Okay, and last thing, Naked Truth. I'm the guest this week on the hot seat, so if you have questions, Patty's going to interview me. If you have questions, post them somewhere, and we'll find them. And I love you guys, and I missed you while I was gone, and I'll see you next week. Well, actually, I'll see you Sunday on the Naked Truth, and then I'll see you for an update next week. Talk to you later. Bye.